She's going right there, eh? It's Denise here from Danilo's Outdoors. Just playing around with the Oliver crawler. So the past couple of days I've been trying to set up a buzz saw and trying two of them. One that I showed the other day is pretty well too sketchy like I showed, and I thought I'd got another one freed up. I might show you that here in a sec, but there's something wrong with the gears on it, so it'll turn by hand. The blade will turn, the wheel will turn, but when I hook it onto the PTO on the back of the crawler, it won't turn. So the gears or something are stripped. What it is, it's an old, like a rear end off an old vehicle, so either the pinion gear or the master gear or something's rode off in it. So anyhow, I'm just gonna do a little video here pushing some of this clay. This clay's been sitting here for quite a while, and I just thought I'd get it out of the way and see how the Dozer does. It's not too bad, so stand by. Okay. Anyhow, obviously I got to get used to using this again. And yeah, I'm having an issue figuring out where the gears are. There's no decal on this, and then I did some research, and first gear is supposed to be kind of to the left and up, but for some reason that seems like it's going way too fast, and you can tell it was bogging down when I was getting too much of the blade down too far, like getting too much meat on it. And obviously I'm a little scared that I don't go over this cliff. So anyhow, yeah, so that's the deal there now. This track here is a little loose. I got to tighten it up. And I don't want to play with it too much because I got to grease all the rollers or oil them, I guess. You can see all the Zerk fittings at the very bottom. And the issue with, these crawlers and this crawler is that all the bushings on these are brass. And what happened in the past is people would take these large Zerk fittings off, and because they're designed for oil, and you can see where all the oil has been kind of leaking out. I haven't oiled this yet, so that's why I really don't want to drive it around too much until I oil it. I got the oiler in the shed over there. So what people have done in the past is they put grease fittings on, and then they would grease them because it's a lot easier, and because you're supposed to use special oil with no detergent in it because of the brass, and it's kind of hard to find. And what happens is if they put the grease in, then dirt and grime gets in there, and it just ruins the bushings. So that's why I don't want to drive this too much. I thought if I had it on the buzzsaw and I was just using the PTO, that would be fine. So also, my buddy, he put a mechanical fuel pump on for me. And I see I got a little gas leak there somewhere. And this was the old 12 volt pump that I used to use. And the issue, what was going on is that, especially if you're sitting there just idling using the PTO, that pump would put too much pressure. It puts like 6 pounds pressure constant, and then it would actually put way too much pressure on, and it messed up the carburetor. I'm just looking at the nameplate right here, the serial plate, and it's a 42. I thought this was a 72, but it looks like it's a 42, 1942. It's kind of hard for me to see it right now. So yeah, so change the oil, put in a new oil filter. He actually changed the orientation of the oil filter because of the plumbing, and put a new alternator belt. And what else did he do? Put a new alternator on it with a bracket. That starter is fairly new. I put that on a few years ago. Well, it doesn't have much use on it. And then also he redid all the wiring, like I was saying in that other video. And that's the power wire. Rigged up some protection on it. But yeah, it seems to be working good. Once I figure out the gear ratio, I got to get it on once I get it oiled up, I want to put it on a flat spot and then go through the gears. It's really hard to get it into first gear because of the brake levers in the way. So whenever you pull on the lever, it will it actually pushes it out of gear, which is kind of a pain. Also, we put a battery cutout switch. I don't know if I mentioned that the last time. Yeah, so other than that, I'll let you go. So like usual, like if you could, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching. That's the end there, eh?